Hey everybody. I wanted to take a quick moment and tell you guys about my week. The week started off really challenging for me. I felt really disconnected, really unfocused, and frankly, really demotivated this Monday. I'd gotten an email from one of my mentors and advisors asking me essentially to stop working on a program that I've been working on for a year. Um, she had some reservations and had basically said she didn't feel comfortable moving the project forward. And I took it really personally because it was a project that I'd invested a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of money into developing. And it felt like a real setback. And I took it pretty hard. And for a day, I was um, very sullen, and uh, and so I did what I preach. I practiced what I preached, and I reached out to another friend and mentor, and asked to have some one-on-one time with her, and she was very kind to shuffle her engagements around and make some time for me. Um, and so in conversations with her, she had asked me to really sit down and kind of analyze what my priorities were. Her advice specifically was to take my daughter and me in a notepad and pencil and go for a walk in Fish Creek Park, find a bench to sit down, listen to the water, and and really analyze what it is that I wanted. And it was an excellent exercise. I had a really interesting moment of clarity with it that I want to share with you guys. Anybody who knows me knows that since 2012, I will tell anyone and everyone that my big hairy goal, my BHAG, my BAG, was to talk to or to do a presentation to at least it didn't matter to how many people, but to earn $100,000. That was going to be the big goal. I wanted to earn $100,000 from a single speaking engagement. And as I sat at Fish Creek and was watching my daughter interact and play, it occurred to me that the money is irrelevant. That I actually don't care if I get paid to speak, and so having $100,000 goal wasn't really in line with myself and my true values. And one of the other really interesting things that I kind of reflected on with that is when I'm helping other people develop goals, I always say, you know, we want to make sure that it's a goal and that they don't focus on a result, because the result is not a goal. And I couldn't help but think of like weight loss when somebody says they want to lose 20 pounds. Well, 20 pounds is a result of actions, and it's not actually the goal itself. And it made me realize that earning $100,000 from a speaking engagement is actually a result of actions. And really, ultimately, what I'm trying to do is speak to people. So I've changed what my goal is. And practicing what I preach, I'm wanting to make it public because I'm looking for your guys' support. I want to present to a total of 10 million people. I want to have communications and communicate with effectively 10 million people. And I'm going to measure that in a couple of different ways. So live one-on-one talks. I want to do it through webinars, online learning portals, YouTube videos like this one. Any form of communication, I want to have reached 10 million people. And I'm going to total it in a couple of different ways, and I'd like your guys' feedback on it. So live one-on-one talks, anytime I present to a group, I'm going to note it down, whether it was 5 or 500 or 50,000 or 500,000 people. Every time I present to a group of people, that is going to be one notch down. I also want to follow how many people are following my YouTube posts. I've started up the YouTube page now. I'm going to start posting regularly, and the number of people who follow those. I'm not sure how I'm going to do the number, if I'm going to do each video, and if I had 500 people watch this video and 1,000 people watch the next video, if I'm going to consider that 1,000 people reached or 1,500 people reached. I think I'm only going to consider it 1,000 because I figure the more people subscribe to the page, the more people are watching. So whatever video has the largest view I will feel is my largest audience, because there will be some overlap in that. And then also subscribers to the pages that I'm developing, the webinars and the various learning portals. The number of subscribers that we have to that, the larger they grow, I'll consider that number. And the reason I've come up with 10 million, and it seems like a huge number, and did you see the eye roll that I did? It scares me. Like the number 10 million scares me. And the funny thing is I had thought about it, and 1 million people doesn't scare me. 1 million is still huge. And I broke down the metrics of it. If I talked to 1,000 people 1,000 times, that would be 1 million. So that's 1,000 talks to 1,000 people is 1 million people reached. And somehow to me that didn't make me pee my pants. Right? When we're setting our goals, they need to be trackable. They need to be completely within our power, which is another reason why I wasn't sure that $100,000 goal was actually a goal. But it needs to be trackable, needs to be within our power, and it needs to make us pee our pants. And for some reason, the million number just didn't make me go, but 10 million? 10 million, I don't know how I'm going to get to. But I'm going to try. I'm going to break it down. We're going to have some actionable steps, and I want you guys to be in on my journey. So this is me asking you to help me out. If you need somebody to come speak for you, or you have a workshop that wants presented, let me know. Because my goal is to use my voice to help others find theirs, if that makes sense to you. I want people to be able to find their inner strength and their inner power, and to be able to find their voice and be able to express themselves in their most truest form. That is my ultimate goal. And I want to reach 10 million people with that message, and I'm going to need your help to do it. So if you guys are willing to come along with me on this journey, I want you guys to like the YouTube page, share this video as best you can, and give me some feedback. What are some of the things that would help you find your inner voice? Because that's how I'm going to be able to best help and serve you to find it. So what are some strategies you've tried that have worked, that haven't worked? What are the things that you need from me to help you find your inner voice? So thank you for listening, and I look forward to going on this journey with everybody. Thank you.